Hello guys, this is me Abu Bakr. Once again, I'm here to record a video and conduct an interview with my special friend from USA, Thanh. So over to you now.
Hi everyone. My name is Thanh, and I am born and raised in the United States. My parents were refugees. They were boat people, so they escaped Vietnam after the Vietnam War and met here and got married and had me. Aside from that, in terms of my family, there's a brother and sister too. They're both long since married with kids, and I'm still the only one single, just holding down the fort at the moment while my parents are on vacation.
Amazing. So where are you living in the USA?
I currently live in the state of Connecticut. So Connecticut is a state that is located between New York City and Boston. So it's one of the areas that it's close by to a lot of Ivy League schools. Yale University is located in Connecticut. Nearby there is Harvard University and MIT in Massachusetts, Brown University in Rhode Island, and Columbia in New York City.
So you're a native speaker, so that's why your fluency is fantastic. That's my aim to engage those people for my viewers and for me also. We are beginner in English level. Okay, thank you so much. You give me a chance to conduct an interview with you, and that's really help out me in my English career. Thank you so much once again. Okay, let's move to some question I want to ask you. Why you choose the chemical engineering as a professional, for your field?
So for me, when I was growing up as a kid in high school, I had a knack for chemistry, and I was also pretty good with math. Um, when one time it was kind of while we're waiting because the valedictorian and I were part of a math team. And when we were talking about our future careers when we were seniors, he mentioned that he was going to go into chemical engineering. He felt like he had a knack for that. And hearing about this, I thought, oh, this was a career option. Plus, we had a class where it's kind of like a business ready preparedness type of class. So they teach you how to prepare a resume, how to type. This is during the age when the internet did not exist and computers was just a new thing. We used to even just type off of typewriters. So I come from a very, very old time. Nonetheless, through some of the, I guess it's a kind of like a survey type of questionnaire that I was taking. And the result of that survey computated that chemical engineering would be a good field for me to be in. That aerospace and mechanical engineering. So of the three, I went more towards chemical engineering for my studies.
Okay. If you have from your childhood or from your school life, you're inspired for someone or someone encourage you for some field, so definitely that time you are already motivated to avail a chance to be expert on your fields. That's nice. Well, the next question is why you choose during your job as an MBA. So who promote you or who suggests you for MBA? You can done that.
When I was, so I think this might delve into some other questions that you might have for me. In terms of my MBA, I was working at my previous company at the time. I was there for 16 plus years. And throughout my time there as a project engineer, I started to see that there's kind of a standstill or a plateauing of my career progression. And in order to climb up higher, I would need management training and or learning. For some, management may be very innate, but for me, it was a little bit difficult. I didn't really have a good development of soft skills. So through taking MBA courses, which I had the opportunity to through my old company, they provided me basically a discount for my tuition. And because of that discount, it enticed me rather to take up just studying. So if your company is willing to help you out with your studies, I think that's a very good benefit to take advantage of for those that are in the professional world.
Okay, amazing. You have a lot of experience in different field during the study or you continue your job. So when you lead your team, so what challenges you face commonly?
Um, so when I in my previous job as a project manager, I or project engineer, I was able to get to the level of team lead, and this was through the help of me getting my MBA and then also preparing myself through other things, like being part of Toastmasters. Toastmasters is a public speaking organization or public speaking slash leadership organization. So through there, I developed my speaking skills a lot better. I was able to have a better awareness for leadership, and utilizing all that, I was able to attain a team lead position. And so when it came to the position of team lead, the challenges I faced was first off just getting my team together. This is a crew of people that I've been working with for quite a while over the years because we were on the same team. And then I was able then to be brought up to be a team lead for them, as the previous team lead had left the position to go on to other ventures within the company. So with that opportunity, I started to just reorganize how things was done in the team. So there's a sense of cohesiveness. In terms of project engineering, everybody had different projects. So it was a little bit difficult to get everybody on the same page. But
Exactly.
certain people had certain similarities in terms of their job sets. So I was able to pair or group certain members of my team together so that they were able to at least be a backfill or work with each other on their projects. Other than that, it was trying to make sure that I could understand what my team members' needs were, because the most important thing is being able to meet the needs of your team members so that they have one less thing to worry about and they can work more proficiently. Because if there's outside factors, say like maybe it's their amount of time off that they have that they could be using for maybe medical leave or something like that, I can reassure them that, okay, here's all the information, here's how much time you have, here's all your options in case you use up all your time off, things like that. I try to do my best to provide a sense of transparency and as a much agility in terms of providing them the information as soon as possible so that they can make their decision much more readily and be able to go about their personal life easier. That then it makes them allowed to have more time for their actual work and then be able to focus more on their work. So those were some of the challenges that I had to face, and I just worked as much as I could. I did long hours, just trying to do all the research that I need in order to make sure that my team members had the necessary information. And then from there, they were very happy. And since I've already left the company and moved on to a different position, and in a sense, this is the client side of the company, I still keep in contact with my old team members and still provide them mentorship, just try to reassure them like, hey, like, you're still on the right path. It's that sense of care for people that I want to bring to the table and make sure that they're doing okay.
Amazing. Yeah. If the people are find out same like you as a team leader, so definitely they are a lucky person. They can learn a lot of things from you. So, what do you think? How much challenging if you continue your study during the job?
So when it came to studying for my MBA, I'm assuming this is a study for my MBA when I was working, right? That was very challenging because I was working full time and studying half time. So that's about at least 12 to 16 hours of my day, almost every day, and then using up as much of my weekends for studies. It was fortunate for me that I had access to the learning portal for my school because when I was taking or when I was studying for my MBA, it was online courses. The university itself is in Florida, Kaiser University, whereas I lived in Connecticut. So just being able to study online was very fruitful for me, since like I was able to, I don't have to waste time driving to a university or a school to study. I can just study online. I can just stay in my workplace and just do as much as possible. And for the most part, it was just trying my best to grind through it. because I have a goal in mind, which is to try to climb up the career ladder. And with that type of motivation, plus, it costs money. So you don't want to waste your money in investing on something that, is pretty expensive. So using all that as driving motivators for me, I did my best. And after finishing my MBA, yeah, like it was a good time to relax a little bit, but there was still more work to be done in terms of trying to build up experience, or at least informal experience, for leadership.
From where you get this kind of motivation for this hard job you've done in your life, especially tough schedule. You perform your all acts, complete your educations, and continuously with focus on your job also, and online classes you take. So, how do you motivate yourself for these goals?
So, to push myself, right, like I said, it's seeing that I was plateauing in my career, and that if I wanted to grow in terms of my career development, I needed to do more. Um, Otherwise, if I was happy enough, if I was happy enough being in that plateau, that might have been fine. But when you look at the future landscape of things, financially, that might not be plausible. Living in the US is a little bit expensive, and we do need to make a little bit more money in order to survive a little bit more comfortable. But also too, there's such a boredom when you're just in that plateau. And is that something I want for my life? Then no, not really. I was a little bit more ambitious than that, which drove me to get an MBA.
Mhm. So, how did your old company help with you on your tuition fee, especially?
Like mentioned, by going through them, so the technicality is we at the time came upon a third party company for our benefits. And then part of the benefits is we could study at this university, Kaiser University, at a reduced tuition fee. So I just saw that as an opportunity to just study. This was all the stars aligned of like, I wanted to do more. And right here, the company just got into this third party benefit. And it's just like, here, Todd, here's a platter for you. Take it. And I'm like, yes, I will.
So,
And
so
it's right
definitely,
there.
definitely, they take a lot of benefits on you, and they thought this guy is so motivated with his goal, so that's why they are push you, they support you during your job. So the next question is, how do you do in your current job as a analyst?
So since just a little bit of a backtrack, my old company is an outsourcing company. It's an engineering service company, and the company that I'm working for now is in aerospace and defense. So my current company has worked with outsourcing companies like my old company, and through the relationship of the companies, I was able to attain a position in my new company. So with my position as an analyst, it deals with a little bit more of financial data, or particularly financial reporting. Before then, in my previous company, there was a project where I was working on financial data. And that was my segue to lead up to my current company that I'm working for now. So the analytical part is going through the financial data and understanding how it connects to the work involved. So, such and such amount of money leads to this amount of work being done. Why does it cost more, or why doesn't cost as much to do the work? Being able to explain that, coming up with an understanding root cause analysis to see if there's anything that needs to be corrected, if any at all. And from there, using that financial data can help to better help the engineers on the field to make better decisions on what they're doing, how they're utilizing their resources so that they can make good products. Especially since these are the type of products that it could be life or death. A lot of us fly airplanes to travel around the world or just go traveling. And any little mistake could cost lots of lives. So this is a very important role that we're in to help each other create very good products so that everybody is safe when flying airplanes.
Amazing. When you join any new field or jobs, definitely you have some goals. You can access that. So in your
Mhm.
current field and your current job, so which kind of goals you set for your for short term, for 6 months or for 1 year, something like that? Do you have some goals?
My current goal right now is since I just started the position within the past few months, I wanted to acclimate myself with the business rhythm of what's going on, plus anything new that I might not have gotten from my previous company when I was working on the project that segued me to this role, just because there's always a lot to learn when you're joining a new company. So within the 6 to at least a year's worth of time, my goal is just to get used to the work scheme, and from there I can start to see if there's anything I can build upon in terms of efficiency of my work. So far I'm starting to have a little bit of idea of what I can do to try to make my work a little bit more efficient. It's still a little bit of tinkering while I'm working, but it's those type of ideals of continuous improvement that helps to make the work one challenging enough that it becomes interesting, but also two, I feel like I am part of a team that can innovate, that could drive for success, that I'm part of a bigger picture that can make an impact overall. And I like that feeling that like me by me doing my little part can affect goodness in the greater whole.
Well, if you're working in every field, so you must have to be update yourself with the new inventions. So how do you update yourself with the new things they face you, or you face these kind of like problems in your life, or especially in your job field? So how do you update yourself?
So updating myself within my old company and my new company, there's the kind of ideology of continuous improvement. And through there, when working, I start to see like, okay, like this is work, this is what I'm doing. And along the way, you start to see, okay, this is not as efficient. There's maybe problems here that I came upon that's a little bit out of the norm. And then the idea of problem solving comes into play, finding root cause, using things like maybe like the fishbone diagram or the 5 whys to come to a root cause so that you can have an understanding of what the cause is that you can then come up with a solution to improve. And it's for there that I find it very that use of innovation comes into play. Like once you kind of have a really well defined problem, then okay, how do you solve it? And what do we have in our disposal in terms of resources, in terms of knowledge, skills that we need to be able to solve the problem? If there's missing skills or knowledge that I don't have, that is motivation for me to attain that, to learn that. And this is where to be able to grow career wise, this is where it helps to grow career wise because of being able to recognize what things are missing that I will need to help solve these problems.
So definitely you have a lot of achievement in your life because you are so much motivated or you push yourself. So definitely you complete a lot of project. And so is there is some of project you can share with me or share with my viewers all the time you are proud of?
In terms of a project that I'm proud of, I would say that it would be more my recent stuff with the financial analysis because a lot of the stuff that I work on is export control and I'm not able to really talk much about it. Financial data doesn't really fall into place of export control. So this is a little bit something I can really more freely talk about. Plus, like I'll be talking generalities, so it won't be anything that too specific. But it's the idea of using the financial data to then discern the level of effort that is involved in terms of the work being done on the quote unquote client side when I was working in my old company, which then now working in my new company, it's same idea. Being able to go through that, I see the current tools that were being used at the time. A lot of these tools are about maybe 10 to 15 years old at this point, and it's not as efficient. And in order to create a sense of efficiency to process and analyze the data better, I've been working on a lot of things to help spruce it up. It's still using still primitive tools like Excel, maybe Microsoft Access, and other things like that. Um, we're starting to learn more updated programs that can help segue us into better analysis. But for now, we're in the interim of that being developed, I feel really proficient in my Excel skills, and especially trying to even learn macros or VBA in order to help parse through the data. So these are skill sets that are not really apparent, especially for those that were from my time growing up and getting into during the college days. But these are skill sets that are very useful that can help to make the work more efficient. And with efficiency and accuracy, then the information gets pumped out better, and then people can make decisions faster. And with better decision making and faster decision making, we can go places.
Yeah, exactly. I totally agree with you. If you are so much passionate with your job or your achievements, then definitely all the time you find out the excellency. So that's really important. So do you have some advice for those people they want to change a technical job to analyst job?
For me, part of my degree was in chemical engineering, minor in math. I've always liked math. At least right now, I forgot a lot of my stuff. Sadly enough, I'm still trying to remember derivation because I had a weird thing in my head on derivation. But nonetheless, my math background is what led me to move from a technical field to financial. And it's not like I'm completely away from the technical field because it's financial data that relates back to the technical side anyways. So being able to marry the two fields together, I think it's a very interesting thing. It's not something that I think most people go into, but I feel like it is something that may be underrated, because people on the technical side are very good at math. And if you can marry the two fields, this would be very great in terms of the kind of work that deals with the finance and the technical side. You have the middleman that can translate both sides. Nonetheless, if a person is just trying to move from technical to financial and just go away from the technical, I would say a strong math background would be very helpful, and a strong sense of finance. So for me, having taken my MBA, accounting and finance courses were a definite or a must or required courses to take. And it's through there that segued me into being able to come to this field in the first place.
Mr. Tan, I watch you in a lot of Zoom meetings. You attend a lot of time. I watch you in different Zoom meetings. Continuously, you are focusing and you help out the people, especially during the conversations, and that's really essential for those people. They are beginners, especially in the English language. So, how do you balance your workout and attend the Zoom meetings to help out the peoples? Because it's so tough. Because you have so busy schedules morning to evening. So, how do you balance your full day and especially in professional life also?
The balancing is very tough because there's lots of people out there that are seeking English as a way to improve upon themselves. Some people really need it a lot more than others, since without that type of skill set, it might be hard for them to find a job which they need for their livelihood. So seeing some of this, I do place care. Like one of my things is care for people. This is what I've actually had in terms of my team members when I was a team lead before, and still here, still now, I still contact them and make sure that they're okay as their mentor. Nonetheless, to try to balance that time, I think it's very nice the way the International English Cafe is set up, because there is a schedule. We can look at this as Stephen Covey's The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. with the third habit of put first things first, right? So one part of that habit is the time matrix or time management matrix, or I think another name for it is the Eisenhower matrix, right? So the sense of urgency and not urgency, or like what's urgent and not urgent, what is important and not important, and then being able to put everything in their buckets. And the most important bucket is the second bucket, where it's important but not urgent. Because if you can focus a lot more on that, you can limit the amount on things that are urgent and important, because a lot of the things that in that second bucket is the preventative actions to prevent things to become urgent. Things that are not important, then you can either delegate away or you just eliminate it together. So that when you're focusing on the second bucket, that bucket is the quality time bucket. It's time that you schedule. And this is where, in terms of the International English Cafe, everything is scheduled now. Everything is nicely organized. It makes it very helpful for me to say, oh, I can join this meeting because I have the time for it and this is within my schedule. Versus like sometimes there's other meetings like, oh, I can't make it just because it's not within my time frame, or I may be busy doing something else. This is one of the great things, I think, in terms of the International English Cafe, is that everything is very organized and scheduled out. And I think this is something that's very helpful for a lot of the members to participate, because if something doesn't work in their schedule, there's always another meeting that can work in their schedule.
Exactly. I totally agree with you. They set everything, and few of moderator all the time they are busy. For the peoples, they learn the English language and they motivate us. And the moderator, especially, they are launch the meetings, fix the schedule for the week. Like a professional panel, they give a task to every day. A person select a one question, they raise a question, they record video, and after it, all the peoples, all the members, they record his answer on that particular question. That's really awesome. When I attend the first meeting, so I thought all these members are, they're professionals, they are native speaker. But later on, I understand they give me a chance to speak. So tough for me in initial, but now it's quite good for me. But the front of you, the word is not coming, and all the time I'm pushing for the words. So it's a little tough. But maybe when I attend a lot of meetings or conduct an interview, maybe 10 or 15 more, maybe I will be more focusing on my words, on the sentence easily I convey to another person's. Well, thank you so much, Tan, for your time, and that's really amazing. I learned a lot of things from you. We have some minutes, so could you say something in the last moment for our viewers, or
Um,
for especially for my interview challenge, because I have goal to conduct 100 interviews to complete. So I just maybe this is my ninth interview is going on with you.
for me, goal building is very important. This is something that helps to motivate and keep you grounded with what you're doing. Because with a goal to achieve, then it will lead you, it will provide you a direction, right? So in physics, basically you have a point, you have a direction. So basically there's a sense of magnitude to that, right? And you have somewhere to go. And that's very important, because then you can actually go somewhere. Otherwise, without a goal, there is no direction. You're just at a point and you're just stuck there. And
Exactly.
sometimes you may wonder why you're just stuck there, right? So one of the most important things to me is having a goal. So throughout the interview, you can start to see that one of my goals is not to plateau. I want to find something more interesting. And I know that for my career development, I need to rise up, which led me to my MBA, which eventually led me to my new career, which I'm actually much more happier for, because I'm being paid more and I'm working less. So that's a really nice motivator for there. Aside from that, in terms of the English aspect of things, they say practice makes perfect. So you don't go to practice because you're already perfect. You practice to make it perfect. I think this is something that a lot of, especially shy people, I hope that they can wrap their minds around this one. because there's this pressure upon them to try to get it right the first time. And I really hope for a lot of the, people with the shyness, just break through the shyness barrier. It's okay to make mistakes. This is why you're practicing. And eventually, through consistent practice, then you can get better. And the idea of perfect will be more attainable. So, just try your best, just try to put yourself out there, especially have a goal to give you a direction to go, and you'll be going places.
Thank you so much once again. And it's time for the end up. And see you next time. And bye bye.
Yep. Take care. Bye.
Take care.